Hello and thank you for checking out my blog post. Today I'd like to talk about how humour can really help with any fear or anxiety you may have about giving birth. I've included in this post a video of Monty Python's sketch, and it's really quite a classic about a birth in a hospital, so I do recommend that you check it out. It might seem strange, humour and birth in the same sentence, but when I was in labour I was meant to have a home birth. And everything had been completely laid out. My birth companion was in control, the birth sheets, all the birth preferences, everything was completely organised. And I had absolutely no intention of going into hospital. I was so confident that I was going to have a home birth. Unfortunately I had meconium in the waters, so I had to go into hospital. And what happened with this was that we had a very small car. So in fact it's a smart car, but it is a four-door smart car. And so I had to get into the back of a smart car on the way to the hospital. We live outside of a hotel, which is quite a posh boutique hotel in Brighton, and everybody is sat there on a bank holiday Monday morning having their breakfast, watching me trying to get into the back seat of a car on all fours. And all I could think about was the view that these people had from the hotel of me hugging my pillow and my birthing ball on the way to the hospital. And what a strange sight that must have been, and it actually made me feel quite humorous, and it made me quite a difference to the actual birth process. Even as I got to hospital I could still imagine these people having their croissants and full English breakfasts, wondering what it was that they were seeing outside of the window. Changing the way you see things that you're scared of can really help with the way that you experience them. So if you're scared of spiders, imagining one in a top hat and clogs and dancing around can really help with how your mind reframes that experience for you. If you're fearful of any teachers at school, then you might have imagined them sat on the toilet. And the same can be said for any hospital experiences. And why not imagine that doctor as John Cleese? And imagine yourself in that Monty Python sketch. Another thing that can really help is putting a soundtrack to that experience as you visualise it in your mind. Perhaps the Yakety Yak soundtrack from Benny Hill, if you've ever seen it. I'm sure it's available on iTunes or many other music stores. The Yakety Yak soundtrack is an excellent one to have, and it goes really well when you also put it with fast forwarding, very fast, the experience that you're imagining. So why not try that if you are fearful of anything? Try fast forwarding it, rewinding it, making it go forwards and backwards, and have a great soundtrack to it, one that probably goes quite fast and is quite amusing to you. Circus music or anything like that can be really good. And the way that works is that by the mind seeing things just in a slightly different way, it will make the experience slightly different for you, and it will start to take out the anxiety from the experience. If you have any suggestions for anything that you've incorporated to help you with any fear or anxiety, whether this be soundtracks or ways of seeing something that's really helped for you, then please place a comment on this blog and I'll help to share it with other mums who have any fears that are similar. And in the meantime, take a look at the Monty Python sketch, and in particular look out for the classic moment where the mum says, "What do I do?" and the doctor replies, "Nothing, dear, you're not qualified." I know this has happened to a few mums, and so putting this in a humorous situation can really help. Maybe watch out for any of those hospital moments that you're fearful of, and maybe now you'll start to see those differently. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the clips.